roll, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles Fake Out live stream that we do here once in a while when life happens and Frankie Candles can't actually go live at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But what is going on, Candle Mafia? Welcome back to another amazing live stream. Well, not really live stream, obviously, but I just wanted to hop up on here and give you guys a bit of a Fake Out live stream as I'm unable to go live tonight. Unfortunately, I'm dealing with some pretty unfortunate stuff behind the scenes, but I didn't want to leave you guys stranded here as Bitcoin has gotten a little bit of a pump to the upside, so I just want to go ahead and jump on into the charts, give you guys an idea of what we're looking at here. I mean, if you guys were tuned into the live stream last night, this is basically what we were looking for. Is this the big bounce, guys? Was that last dump that we had a huge fake out? Are we about to see new all-time highs? Or are we just going to get a small retracement back to the upside before turning back around, putting in one of those lower highs, and then getting a bigger move to the downside? I'm going to break it all down on today's quick little fake out live stream. So shout out to the Candle Mafia. Shout out to Creighton C, Dave Digital, Red Elephant. We got Death Burka in the chat. I see you guys. All right, just at least imagine you're here. Shout out to Golden, gifting those 50 Frankie Candles memberships. Might as well take a shot at that. And shout out to our mods, guys. Show them some love in the chat. I know even though I'm not here in real time, I know the mods are here supporting the Mafia and backing me up as I'm unable to be actually live. So without further ado, guys, it's going to be a little bit of a quick one, but let's go ahead and jump on into the charts and see if we can demystify where Bitcoin is going to go next. Let's get into it. So, guys, I'm sorry. I do not know why this pops up automatically. I'm going to have to talk to Tony D and see if we can figure that out. But check out FrankieCandlesTrading.com for all of our deals. And the new hats are in stock now, guys. A whole bunch of new flavors, a whole bunch of new colors. So don't forget to check that out. But that was a mistake for that to pop up. But anyway, guys, here we are as Bitcoin gets a little bit of a bounce as we lost 60K but have now reclaimed that SFP wick at $59,088. And if you guys were tuned into the live stream last night, you will know that that sentiment that we were looking at was basically if we were able to get a bigger move up here and reclaim this SFP level as support. This was the first major level that we needed to reclaim as support in order to move and get us that bigger move up to our next key level of resistance, which, yes, you guessed it, we are sitting at right now. I was actually kind of hoping this would hit by the time we went live because literally last night, I woke up this morning and I was looking at my chart and we literally had our arrow that was saying, hey, next move could be a move up to this key level. And as you guys know, I am short from the POC here at $67,000. I have obviously taken profit on that position, but I do still hold a portion of it as we are not necessarily completely out of the woods, but I would say flipping this SFP wick at $59,088 was an amazing first step to a potential fake out on our higher time frame money flow to give us that big move to the upside. Because as you guys know, as we look at the charts here, and understand where we are sitting within the 4-year cycle, we know that we are at risk of our money flow, even on the higher time frames, we are at risk of this money flow faking out into the red and then getting another move back into a bigger green wave. And this is basically where I go back in time. We've done this almost every single day for the past couple of weeks. And we go back in time and we go to a similar area of the cycle. I would say we are somewhere within this area of the 4-year cycle. This is the 2021 bull run. And typically once that halving happens, which I believe was like in May of 2020, once you get that having to come in, guys, we do not spend a lot of time in the red. You can see we had a little fake out into the red on money flow here, right back into the green, fake out, right back into the green, and it always results in a bigger move to the upside. And if we are in a similar situation here in the current market, as we are back here, we have to start anticipating that, we've already started to see this happen where you could see money flow came out here, we faked out into the red, and then got another big move up. This is actually where we're at right now, reminding me a little bit of this situation here where we also predicted a fake out on money flow. So understanding that we are in a part of the cycle where we do likely see money flow fake outs into the red and then back up into the green, which could result in a fake out, another fake out big move to the upside. We do also still have to take into consideration what we're looking at here on the charts, which is simply bearish money flow. We can't just completely negate that because we know that we're in a bull market and it's likely to fake out. We do still have to take this into somewhat of, we do still have to take it into consideration in some way, right? So with that being said, the technical chart is basically saying, guys, and this is what we were looking at yesterday. Once you print that green dot on the daily, we would likely expect a fake out, or not a fake out, I'm sorry, a lackluster move to the upside, potentially bringing us up to our next key level of resistance, which is sitting right here between the 786, which is a local 786 pulled from this impulse all the way to the low candle right here. You can see we are now tapping that 786, but we do also have some nice confluence in this area, as it is also our value area low, and then the daily naked point of control sitting here at $63,598, and then obviously you have your 786 there, which is basically what we're clinging to right now. And yesterday we were saying, hey, if we get that green dot on the daily, we could literally get a move to the upside, and this is where a lot of people say, hey, what's going on? You said money flow was coming out. Why are we pumping? But we understand that in order, because the money flow crossing into the red would indicate that the longer-term trend will continue to the downside. However, we have to, the markets ebb and flow, right? It's very similar to this situation right here where we had a green dot on the daily, but money flow was coming out. This made me not short the low of the range here, but rather wait for a retracement back into the value area, into the not the macro golden pocket, but the local golden pocket confluence with the POC here. And we basically said, hey, green dot could give you a bounce, but because money flow is coming out, we would most likely see this be a lackluster bounce to the upside to put that lower high in and then continue down to lower prices, breaking the previous lows. Now, if that money flow is going to continue to play out in a bearish manner and give us a bigger downtrend as we would expect, typically, right, understanding that we are potentially in an area where we could likely fake out. Unfortunately, there's no way to really guarantee if we're going to get the fake out, so we do still have to take the charts for what they are. And in that same kind of fashion, guys, this green dot would technically make us anticipate a lackluster move to the upside for a move up into a lower into a Fibonacci retracement level to put in a lower high and then potentially do the same thing that we did right here and continue breaking the lows and continuing the downtrend, in which case, if that does play out, guys, I am going to be looking at the same levels we were looking at yesterday, which simply would be, not this level, it would simply be this next zone down here where we have the daily naked point of control, monthly naked point of control, as well as this beautiful golden pocket retracement. Go ahead and pull it from this wick down here all the way to the high. You can see we do have nice confluence here with that not macro golden pocket, but this longer-term golden pocket sitting at about $52,042. And the lower end of that is sitting at about $50,900. And then, $50,000 is going to be another very key level here just for the psychological factor, right? But right now, we literally have to look at the bearish case and the bullish case. And for me, the bearish case, which the charts are technically pointing towards, would call for a lackluster move for a lower high to come in. There are other places that we could put lower highs in, but this is the first level that we're tapping right now. So it could potentially come in here. And if that does wind up being the level when we project and break these lows, this is the next major level of support that I would be looking at for longs. Just like we were looking for longs down here. And this is a level that, we had long setups in the premium Discord. Shout out to the premium Discord, or the kitchen as I like to call it. We had long setups from down here. I actually did take the long, and then I actually wound up stopping myself out before I went to bed the other day. And unfortunately, I never re-entered a position, but luckily I was able to get that setup in there for the Mafia, and they are reaping the benefits of that right now. Obviously, after doing their own analysis and making their own financial decisions, because I'm not a financial advisor. You cannot just copy what I'm doing and just make a ton of money. Excuse me, but that this was a big area we were looking for longs at, and we looked at this on the live stream as well, guys. If I hide that upper range, the reason we were looking at this for a potential long zone is because once you take all the noise off the chart, if I take all this stuff off, right, simply put, when you look at this volume profile, we have the value area high, the POC, and the value area low, and what do we do when we deviate below that value area low? Simply put, we wind up looking for longs for an acceptance back into the range, up to the POC and up to the value area high. So, pretty nice to see the volume profiles just continue to play out as we would expect. So super nice there. But just remember, guys, the daily money flow is coming out. We can't just ignore that, although, like I said, we are in an area where a fake out into the red on money flow is likely. But let's talk about that one extra level that we could wind up coming up to. And to be honest, guys, this does look like a beautiful place to put in a lower high, but with this fresh green dot, I wouldn't be surprised if we wind up coming up a little bit more. You can see here, 2-day VWAP also coming up. If we print that green dot over the weekend, likely going to result in some more upside. However, if we do, right, this is kind of not the line in the sand, but this is a very key level, guys, because not only is this going to be potentially strong resistance, but if we're able to flip this level, I don't know what the thumbnail for this video is going to be yet, but it's probably going to be like something like, we must flip this level or we're going down, or like, if we flip this level, Bitcoin could blast off. That's probably what the thumbnail's going to say, but this is that actual level that I'd be talking about. Once we flip the top of this purple box sitting at 63,600, we can then hypothesize or assume that, not that those words are interchangeable, but, we could then assume that if we are above this level, we are now potentially getting accepted back into the value area low, which is this upper range, which would easily or very clearly open the door for a potential move back up to this POC, which in my opinion is kind of the last level of resistance where I would be interested in either looking for shorts or looking to add to my short. Once we break this, I do think we're pretty much at risk of coming up to that value area high. So really, this is the line in the sand, about 63.4, or even this daily naked point of control at about 63.6 is that key level we need to flip to support, because at that point, we'll be back into this value area, and it can expect to at least come up to that POC. And then once we start breaking this POC 786, it is going to be much more likely, in my opinion, to attack the highs and potentially see new all-time highs incoming. So it's very important if we wind up getting a move through this range, guys, it's very important that we keep an eye on this higher time frame money flow, because at that point, if money flow starts to come back up on the daily, the 16-hour, and the 12-hour, we start to see crossovers into the green here on the 12, 10, and 16-hour, it might mean that that daily is indeed going to fake back out into the green for a bigger move to the upside. So that is generally what I'm looking at here on money flow, on Bitcoin, guys. Simply just seeing things play out as we would expect. We looked for this green dot yesterday. We anticipated the move up. However, we are anticipating it to be a potential lower high. However, we're just at that point in the cycle where you got to really analyze price as it's developing, because it's very hard to predict these fake outs. Back here, when I predicted this fake out on the live stream, it's very similar price action here, right? Back here, we had a range. We had a range right here, right? And simply put, just like our ranges up here, guys, we were simply just looking for longs because we were deviating below this value area low. And I do still hold this long from 40K. I'm actually not logged into BingX right now, but I would show it. I've shown it many, many, many times. I've been in this trade for quite a while. Obviously, this was back in January. As we looked for a long below this range low, we simply looked to ride it up to the value area high, and then we knew that we were in an area of the cycle where a money flow fake out was likely, which made me hold on to this position and not really take profits very aggressively in anticipation of it potentially being a bigger move. And you could see that wound up giving us a pretty decent move to the upside of about 88%, caught that low right there. And we were able to call that fake out, but we didn't know 100% if it was going to fake out, right? We just knew we were still prepared as we were shorting up here on the Bitcoin ETF approval. We expected a pullback, but the fact that we were in this part of the cycle, we knew that fake out into the red might be likely, and we were able to guess right. But let it be known that we had a plan if this didn't play out, right? We just happened to be right about that. And we're in a very similar situation right now where we have the money flow crossing over into the red, almost exactly like it was back here. But we know we're in an area where it could likely fake out, but there's no way to guarantee that, guys. That's why I'm still open to potentially looking for shorts at the level that we're at right now, and even if we push up to the golden pocket 786 level, because really, if you pull this to the all-time high, at golden, actually, I wouldn't even pull it to this all-time high. I would pull it to this high wick right here. You could see, let me get rid of the other golden pocket. You could see that your golden pocket gets still very, 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 very close to that POC right here. So I would be very cautious in this zone as well. But once we start cracking these levels, it's going to be more likely that fake out will happen. I will simply let that long from 40K run. It is a little sad that I stopped myself out a little prematurely here on that long, but it's totally fine. I don't mind that, as I am holding more longs than shorts right now. So if we blast off, I'm not going to miss out on that move up. I'm more not concerned, but I'm more focused on trying to catch potential short entries for a potential move back to the downside. So, guys, with all that being said, I think that's all I got for the quick little Bitcoin update. I really apologize for not being able to go live tonight. Like I said, I'm dealing with some unfortunate things I have no control over. I wish I didn't have to do this, but maybe we'll go live on tomorrow, or maybe we'll drop a little bit of a market update or something like that to make up for it. At least this little market update will help you guys so you're not completely left in the dark. But simply put here, guys, we're doing the TA and we're trading the charts, and hopefully, just hopefully seeing all these levels play out and getting these moves up and moving to these key levels and reacting off the levels that we've been looking at forever, the place where we just bounced at, guys. I'll just flip the screen one more time, and there goes that lower third one more time. Check out FrankieCandles.com, FrankieCandlesTrading.com. But, you know, we've been looking at this level as it's the value area low of our lower range, right? Let me actually get rid of some of this stuff. It is the value area low of our lower range, right? That's number one why we were looking. And we had that SFP wick, which we thought it may be likely to SFP that wick, SFP this wick here, right, into our backup support to give us the bounce to the upside. And this is the actual live stream chart. That's why we have the blue box here. We've looked at this many times. But yeah, it's simply, you know, it gets a little bit tedious waiting for these levels to come in, guys. But almost all the time, when you're patient and you wait for those bigger key levels to get hit, you do get those moves to the upside. I am not a wizard. Maybe I am. I don't know. I'm not a wizard, guys. I'm just a regular guy. We may hit these, get these key levels pretty right sometimes, but you know, this is something you guys can do too. There was a time where I did not know how to do this as well as I do now, and if you are in that position and you're trying to learn how to trade, please let me be the one to tell you that there is light at the end of the tunnel. So be out there and be out there trading safe, guys, with your stop losses, managing that risk, and don't take the trades that aren't there, right? Sit on your hands and wait for those key levels to come in, and then wait for price to interact with those levels. Find your confirmations, get into the trade, and then let that thing pay you out. And when it starts going against you, don't be afraid to cut your losses before they become too big. Yeah, that's all we got. Shout out to the Candle Mafia. Thank you guys so much for being here and tuning in and staying till the end here. Again, I apologize for not going live. This is the last week we didn't go live on Friday either because it was my birthday. But what we're dealing with right now is not as fun as a birthday. So we will get back to our regular streaming schedule to next week. And I will say this, to make up for this, guys, I will go ahead and we already have a double giveaway that we were supposed to do tonight. I don't have time to call all the names of the winners right now, but we will roll the giveaways into next week. So it'll be a triple giveaway week, and I will also add 3 Frankie Candles hats as we do have them back in stock. I'm going to add 3 Frankie Candles hats and $150 in XRP to 1 Lucky Candle Mafia member in next week's giveaway, just to make up for the missed giveaways that we've been doing. So they're all compounding. Eventually, we're just going to have to give away a house or something. But anyway, guys, we'll see what Bitcoin does over the weekend. With all that being said, I'll see you guys on Monday. Same place, same time, right here, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love you, Mafia, and I will see you guys on Monday. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong!
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know, on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't ever going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put